अज्ञानं तिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः गदामयं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तां सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागरललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। Okay, let's start. So the chapter 16 title is the divine and demonic natures, right? And in this chapter, Lord Krishna will talk about the divine qualities. And I think in whole of Bhagavad Gita, even previously, we have seen the qualities of devotees or divine. Devotees automatically acquire divine qualities without doing any extra endeavor because by practicing devotional service, it's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, all the divine qualities already comes in the devotees, so they don't have to do anything. There are small what you call traces of bad qualities which automatically goes away by the power of chanting Hare Krishna mantra. It's so powerful. It removes all the unwanted things from the heart, and all the negative things goes away, and also the negative people will drive away from someone who take to this path. Automatically they drive away, so there is a repulsion, right? Demoniac people with demoniac nature will get repulsion with people with divine qualities. They won't gel together, so they automatically go away. So let's start. So in first verse itself, Lord Krishna talks about the divine qualities or godly qualities. Actually, Lord Krishna is having all these qualities, and because we are part and parcel of Lord Krishna, we also have these qualities, but in minute quantity. Like, okay, so these are the divine qualities, like Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom for covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from passion or for honor. These are the transcendental qualities, divine qualities, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature. Krishna already talks about these qualities, that these are the godly transcendental qualities which are there in people, godly people. He says godly men which are endowed with divine nature. Okay, so if you see around, particularly like say the devotees, the pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada, and now we look even His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and others, they all show these qualities. Like particularly the one quality which stands out is compassion. Compassion for all living entities. This is the one of the main qualities in the pure devotees. It is just because of compassion for everyone that they take so much pain to travel around the world. even though their body does not allow it. Imagine at the age of 75, 80, when you have so much pain and so much trouble moving around, knees are paining, back is paining, still they drag their body and leave their comfort and travel around. Why? Just because they have compassion for all living entities and they want to save all the living entities from the greatest danger of falling into this cycle of birth and death again. So, just because of that, they travel and try to give this message and try to make devotees. And they are also gentle, very gentle, modest, very determined, steady determination. Like people with godly qualities, you will see very determined. Once they take to up any task, they are determined to finish it. Strong determination. Very forgiving, like they don't take any offense, even if someone abuses them or do something bad to them. Very forgiving. All these are godly qualities. And Lord Krishna talks about these qualities even before in previous chapters. If you see chapter 13, Krishna talks about 20 items of knowledge, and some of these qualities are part of that. Right now, Krishna will talk about at length the demoniac qualities because he hasn't spoken about demoniac nature yet in Bhagavad Gita. But he wants to give the contrast, like for devotees to know just by behavior, even though we are not supposed to judge anyone, but by behavior we can make out who is divine, who is demoniac, based on this. Like demoniac, as it's shown in the television serials, like people with big black color, it's not like that. It's based on the qualities. So, what are the demonic qualities? Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demonic nature. Pride is the greatest enemy, like pride, doing pride in anything. Arrogance, these are the qualities which are displayed by people with demonic nature. Conceit, they cheat, they have a cheating tendency. In Sanskrit, dambha, darp, abhiman, krodh, parushyam. Okay, anger, they get very agitated, very angry easily. Harshness, they're very harsh, rude in their behavior. And ignorance, obviously, they are full of ignorance. That's why they show. So this particular verse, Prabhupada says, all the people who show these qualities, their destination is they are going to hell, because in this say, Prabhupada writes in this purport, in this verse, the royal road to hell is described. Demonic want to make a show of religion and advancement in spiritual science, although they do not follow the principles. They are always arrogant or proud in possessing some type of education or so much wealth. They always desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability, although they do not command respect. These are the things, like respect is automatically given. Like one should not be hankering for getting the respect from others. If you have a divine qualities, as I was showing, like for His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, nobody asked anyone to travel all the way. Still, a lot of people travel from Russia, from US, from here, and within India for last darshan, last rites. Nobody asked them. Why? Because he commands that respect, that compassion from others. And he touched so many people positively and changed their lives. So, out of respect, people came there to to be part of the last rites. Right? So, someone who is gentle, who is godly qualities, they don't endeavor or ask for respect or recognition or anything like that, but automatically they get it because of their behavior. However, the demonic person, they are like they desire to be worshipped by others, they demand respectability, although their behavior does not show that, but out of fear, people will show respect in front of them, but behind people and within their heart, people know, that what is their behavior. Like someone, let's say, a person higher up in a corporate, right? but his behavior is not gentle. So out of respect, out of fear, his subordinates will give him respect. But internally, they all know that his behavior is not appropriate and he's harsh. So that is not a true respect. So one thing to know that Prabhupada says these demoniac qualities are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies in the wombs of their mothers. And as they grow, they manifest all these inauspicious qualities. So when we came or when we take birth, as I was saying, we are born with certain qualities. Nobody nobody can enforce us, and that becomes our nature, true nature. So demonic people unfortunately acquire or born with these qualities from the very beginning, and as they grow, as they become from children to uh, uh, toddler, and then parents also show they manifest all these inauspicious qualities, and as they grow older, further they show. Some are very demonic to the extent that they get into the criminal activities, and no matter, and they do not have any what you call remorse. Like they don't, because they have lost the sense of right and wrong. So because of the demonic qualities, so they indulge in all these qualities. Okay, let's go on. So this is important in this chapter, like divine and demonic. What are the demonic qualities? These one, two, three, four, five, six. Six are demonic qualities. Okay, dambh. Sanskrit mein dambh means pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, ignorance. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demonic qualities make for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with divine quality. So Lord Krishna is saying that the transcendental qualities described here, like text 1 to 3, they are very conducive to liberation, right? But whereas the demoniac qualities is a cause for bondage, and in fact, not just bondage, it takes one to the hellish world. They take down the person to the hellish level. And then further he says, Arjun, you do not worry because you are born with divine qualities. And same goes for all the devotees or the people who take to the path of devotion service. So it's not that it's a coincidence. People are taking to this path and some people are not taking to this path of devotion service. Not a coincidence. It requires certain piety, certain qualities for one to accept and take this knowledge, Vedic knowledge. Person who are born with divine qualities automatically gets attracted to the Krishna Katha to understand the subject matter. And people with demonic qualities will not take to this. As I was saying, they don't get attracted to this. They get attracted to demoniac kind of activities, like drinking liquor, all this stealing, all these things, the drugs. These are all demonic activities, so they get automatically attracted to that. So now next, Krishna talks about that. O son of Pritha, in this world there are two kinds of created beings. One is called divine and other demoniac. I have already explained to you at length the divine qualities. Now hear from me of the demoniac. So further now he'll talk about demoniac people qualities. And he says there are only two people, divine and demoniac. There is no third category. Okay, either someone may be divine or someone may be demoniac. There is no third. So those who are demoniac, they do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. So they are ignorant. They have lost their sense of intelligence. So they don't know what is right, what is wrong, what is to be done, what is not to be done. And they don't worry. They are also not clean, neither internal cleanliness nor external cleanliness. Very lazy. Don't concerned about cleanliness, and also they are not truthful. They are liars, and also they don't show proper behavior. Further, they say that this world is unreal with no foundation, no God in control. They say it is produced of six desire and has no cause other than lust. So this is their thinking. So pretty much here, Krishna is talking about the people with atheistic mindset, right? Atheists have this demoniac. So that means, in a way, indirectly, Krishna is saying all the people who do not believe in God are demoniac. No matter how qualified, how much education one may have, but if one denies the existence of God, uh, he's considered as demoniac. Following such conclusions, the demoniac who are lost to themselves and who have no intelligence engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world. So this is their mentality, their destructive mentality, right? They engage in those works which are meant to create havoc and which is not beneficial for anyone and which is meant to destroy the world. So Prabhupada says animal killing is very prominent amongst demoniac people. This is one of the vast activities of demonic people. They kill animal and they eat animals, their flesh, and they enjoy eating. So this is all demoniac. Why? Because if one cannot, if if someone cannot give life to anyone, then nobody has the right to take life of any living entity. All living entities in the eyes of God are equal. They all are soul. It's just that for this lifetime, someone has got the body of um, chicken, or someone has got the body of cow, but that doesn't mean that they are any inferior. Like from soul perspective, we are all same. Just that body covering is different. Doesn't mean that they have no right to live. The animal killing is very prominent among demonic people. Such people are considered enemies of the world because ultimately they will invent or create something which will bring destruction for all. And even Prabhupada says the verse anticipates the invention of nuclear weapons, of which the whole world is today very proud. At any moment, war may take place and these atomic weapons may create havoc. So we see today, anyway, so much trouble going on, there's so much wars happening. So this is all demonic mentality. Okay. Taking shelter of insatiable lust and absorbed in conceit of pride and false prestige, the demoniac are always sworn to unclean work attracted by impermanent. So they are always they are driven by insatiable lust. Insatiable lust means anything, any any endeavor which is devoid of service to Lord or his devotees. That is insatiable lust. Lust is by nature insatiable. It cannot be fulfilled. The more you try to fulfill the lust, the more it will ask more. For example, uh, give an example. Someone is already rich, but doesn't stop him there. He wants to further acquire, even to the extent that he may indulge in illegal things, but still he wants to acquire more and more and more. This is lust. So this is also shown in demonic mentality. See here, the demons have no satiation for their lust. They will go on increasing and increasing their insatiable desires for material enjoyment. Although they are always full of anxieties on account of accepting non-permanent things, they will continue to engage in such activities out of illusion. Because they do not know that there is the human life, there is a purpose. So they think the only purpose of human life is to keep enjoying, materially enjoying and acquiring more and more, right? So that is their goal of life, to become successful in material way. So they keep accumulating assets, keep spending, but that doesn't give happiness. Whatever happiness they get is like a illusory happiness. Prabhupada said they have no knowledge that they and cannot tell also that they are heading the wrong way. Accepting non-permanent things, such demonic people create their own god, create their own hymns and chant accordingly. Result is that they become more and more attracted to two things: its enjoyment and accumulation of material wealth. That's it. So these are the two most important, two primary things demonic indulge in: more and more accumulation of wealth and then enjoyment. Okay, and they are also having all these unclean habits. See, that's why you see there are four regulative principles: no meat eating, no illicit connections, right? No intoxication, no gambling. These are four pillars of dharma. If someone do not practice these four things, that means he is indulging in demoniac activities. Okay, these are four pillars of dharma. Truthfulness, like by eating meat, you are getting your compassion. You are not compassionate to other living entities. And Prabhupada lists this that such demonic people are only attracted by wine, women, gambling, and meat eating. These are the four, what do you call, four activities which devotees do not indulge in. This wine comes under intoxication, women comes under illicit sex, gambling is gambling, and meat eating is meat eating. But all these are unclean habits. And demonic people, they love to do all these things. And another thing is, say, last line, very interesting. Although such demonic people are most abominable in the world, most abominable, they should be condemned. They should be mostly condemned in this world. But by artificial means, the world creates a false honor for them. So everyone knows that these are like whole. The irony is that some of these demonic people are heading the governments of the world. They are the big leaders of the world, right? By artificial means, the world creates a false honor for them. Although they are gliding toward hell, they consider themselves very much advanced. So the saintly people know that these people are gliding toward the hell. Their next destination after this human life is going to be worse. But still, these demonic people, so-called demonic people, they consider themselves very much advanced. Oh, I am going to a very expensive restaurant and having wine with my family members. This is very advanced. This is a sign of it. They think they are very advanced. Or indulging in gambling or indulging in all kinds of unclean habits. This is, they think they are advanced, but actually they are lower than animals also. That is the message here. So further, this whole chapter now talks about demoniac people only. So just listen. They believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, until the end of their life, their anxiety is immeasurable. Bound by a network of hundreds and thousands of desires and absorbed in lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. Right? This part we see, right? As I was saying, so much illegal things goes on, not just in one country but across the world. There is this drug trafficking, there is this children trafficking, women trafficking, all illegal things. Thefts are going now in Canada. We see how the thieves are breaks in the house. Car theft is going its all-time high. Why? What is the need? This is all to acquire quick money without much but hard work. But that money is of no use because you have to repay hundreds and thousands of times more by going through a series of reactions in hellish planets to pay for what you are doing. No act in this world, one may escape the laws of the country, thinking that nobody has seen, but one cannot escape the laws of nature. Right? So, Securing money by illegal means for sense gratification is again not a good thing to do. This is a demoniac act, and one needs to pay for that. Taking bribe or something, all these are unclean things, unclean habits. Further, the demonic person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. I am the lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, happy. I am the richest man surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices. I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. He, Lord Krishna exactly knows the mentality of demonic people. And this is more prominent now in this age of Kali Yuga, right? You can all relate to such kind of people. Like, so much wealth do I have today? Don't even think that they are trampling on someone else. Sometimes people take undue advantage to gain uh, more wealth. They even cheat or tell lies, right? So they keep acquiring more and more, and they think they are in the control. Like, according to my scheme, according to my thinking, I can gain more wealth. So much is mine, and that will increase in future. And they make 5-year plan, 10-year plan, how to increase more and more and more. And they're only someone who helps them in gaining more wealth is their friend, and someone who is not is their enemy. And and they know, and sometimes people go to an extent to even kill people or kill enemies. So this happens in particularly in the business. Someone have a rivalry, they will they will get other person killed. That is all demonic. Thus, perplexed by various anxieties and bound by a network of illusions, they become too strongly attached to sense enjoyment and fall down into hell. So that is their final destination. They go to the fall down into the hell. Even today, we see the two countries are fighting. Why they are fighting? Because the leaders of those countries have demonic tendencies. Otherwise, there is no need to fight. Every Lord has given enough resources for everyone to just live peacefully. People are fighting just because to show their dominance over others or to acquire this so piece of land. They are fighting. They are firing weapons at each other. This is all demonic nature. And why it's happening? Because the leaders of those show that demonic nature. They are, unfortunately, in Kali Yuga. One of the symptoms of Kali Yuga is that all the people, all the leaders of the society will mostly will have the demonic mentality, and that's why they will. That's how Kali Yuga will progress when the leaders gets corrupted. So, and then they take the whole country to a wrong path and to a destructive path. Hmm. Okay, let's go. Less self-complacent and always impudent, deluded by wealth and false prestige. They sometimes proudly perform sacrifices in name only without following any rules and regulations. So outwardly, they perform sometimes some sacrifices. Sacrifices means those yagyas, havan, which sometimes people do, but they don't follow any rules or regulation, and they are doing just for the namesake. Okay. Bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, demons become envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in their own bodies and the bodies of others, and blaspheme against the real religion. So these people are also blaspheming the Lord devotees. and against the religion. They are all atheistic, with atheistic mindset, do not believe in the God sometimes, and these are all demonic nature. A demonic person being always against God's supremacy does not like to believe in scriptures. He is even envious of both scriptures and existence of Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is caused by his so-called prestige and his accumulation of wealth and strength. He does not know that the present life is a preparation for next. So even though one may be very powerful, very have so much wealth in this life, but that's because of his good deeds or good karmas from some of his previous life, that he has given this opportunity, or he has got that wealth or that fame or that power, but that does not last forever. The moment you leave this world, you will be thrown into the hellish planets, and then you may take birth as a worm, as an insect, insignificant insect, who will be trampled under the feet of anyone, right? So, so one should not think that if I am very powerful, that I am the god of the world. There are so big personalities came and gone, but nobody could ever conquer this world, because this world works under the direction of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. So nobody can challenge him. People artificially or foolishly think, but nothing can happen. See here, this is demonic mentality. He thinks himself independent, powerful in every action. He thinks that since no one can equal him in strength, power, of wealth, he can act in any way and no one can stop him. If he has an enemy who might check the advancement of his sensual activities, he makes plan to cut him down by his own power. All this is demoniac. Demoniac also means in Hindi asuric pravriti. Asur means um, rakshasi pravriti. Okay, now Krishna says that those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, I perpetually cast them into the ocean of material existence, into various demoniac species of life. Now Krishna is saying that he's giving that those who are demoniac and mischievous, first of all, they are lowest among the men, right? So in the human form also we have 400,000 species, 4 lakh species, and these species are not these species. All of these species are not found on this planet Earth. They are spread around. So those who are demoniac, who are envious, in next life, Krishna will throw them into the demonic species of life. So what are those demonic species? These are the demonic species. Like they will be thrown into the insects, animal, they become animals, right? See here. Let As for demoniac, it is clearly said here that they are perpetually put into the wombs of demons, and then thus they continue to be envious, the lowest of mankind. The demonic species of men are held to be always full of lust, always violent. Many kinds of hunters in the jungle are considered to belong to the demonic species of life. So they are put into demonic species of life in the next, and they keep incurring more and more sinful reactions and keep going down in the cycle. Further, attaining repeated birth amongst the species of demonic life, such persons can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. So, again, Krishna is saying these people cannot approach him, and gradually they go down to the most abominable type of existence. So, only way I think God can show their mercy to these people is by killing them. There is no other way, because they do not believe in the supremacy of the Supreme Lord, and because of their asuric nature, so Lord at once kills them. That's what he comes time to time and kills all the people with demonic mentality. Like in the end of Kali Yuga, it's mentioned in our scriptures, even in Bhavishya Puran, Kalki avatar will take place. Kalki avatar will come and he will simply kill all the Asuric people. He will not spend time in preaching. He will not give any upadesh, anything. He will simply come and kill everyone. That's it. All who are Asuric, all will get killed by Kalki avatar. So that is the God's way of showing mercy to them by killing them. Okay. Then there are three gates which are leading to hell: lust, anger, and greed. So these three qualities leads one to hell. They are the royal gateway to the hell. This is being spoken by Lord Krishna himself. He is telling this, not any person, that these are the three gateways to hell: lust, anger, greed. Every sane man should give up these, for they lead to degradation of the soul. He's giving this instruction that every sane person, sane means someone who understand, has who is not, who wants to be saintly, who wants to follow the right path, he should give up these three. At least try to give up these three: lust, anger, greed. The man who has escaped these three gates of hell perform acts conducive to self-realization and thus gradually attains the supreme destination. The supreme destination is thus the going back from this material world to the spiritual world. The spiritual world, as I explained this in previous, is eternal, and when one reaches there, there is no coming back there in the material world again. So one who is sensible will escape these three gates to hell. He will not indulge in lust, anger, greed, and he will perform acts which are conducive to self-realization. He will act. He will act on the platform of soul. He will perform devotional service and gradually attains the supreme destination, which is going back to the spiritual world. Prabhupada says, in the devotional service, the liberation of the conditioned soul is guaranteed. Therefore, according to Vedic system, there are instituted four orders of life and four statuses called caste and spiritual order system, different rules and regulation. And one who is following the devotional path is guaranteed for that he will be going back to the spiritual world. Maybe it takes some lifetimes, but at least he's on the right track. He's going upward, he's not going downward. While a person with demonic mentality, there is no hope for him to escape the dangers of this world. He's going downward. He who discards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims attains neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destination. This is basically the destination of demonic people. They discard scriptural injunction and they simply act according to their own whims, according to what they think is right. So Krishna is saying they don't achieve perfection in this world. They don't achieve any happiness, and they also miss going to the supreme destination. So it's a loss. Ultimately, it's a loss for them, and they keep suffering in this material world and keep rotting in different species. So that is their destination. One should therefore understand what is duty and what is not duty by regulations of scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. So that is the final message, that one should read this scripture. Why we are reading Bhagavad Gita? To get this intelligence, that what is right, what is wrong, what is the purpose of human life, why I am here. And after understanding all this, then put that into practice and follow the regulations of scriptures. And by doing that, one is gradually elevated. And finally, one becomes eligible to go to the supreme destination. Krishna talks in the Bhagavad Gita, which is his own spiritual abode. And then one eternally goes there and never comes back. So that is the end of this chapter, I think. Was mostly focused on giving clarity, for giving information about the demonic people and their nature and their mentality and their destination and their future, and then warning the people with divine qualities not to indulge in any of those, and not to even have association of these demonic people. It's best to avoid them, keeping a distance with them, and automatically by Krishna's arrangement, even if someone has strong association, they go away, and we should not be hankering for their association or being intimately related to uh, them, because in a way it will affect us also. In a way it will affect our devotion service, right? Because even in their conversation they will bring all these different topics. So when, like in this today, I have seen in this society, in Western world, even it was considered inauspicious to drink liquor, right? Now here I see even the Indians who are coming from Indian background, who are raised in India, they don't hesitate. Even the women also start drinking liquor along with men. This is the sign of complete degradation of the whole society. This is all demoniac activities, and by doing that, they are also, they are in a way giving signal to their children that it is all okay. And then the children will become like that, because when you drink liquor, you are you loses your sense of intelligence, you loses sense of right and wrong, and this is one of the demonic activities. Drinking wine, liquor, whiskey, all these things in social gatherings, which is so common here now. So why to sit with these kind of people? Because um, by doing that, in a way, we may get impacted, or our children may get impacted. So we should always um, try to maintain distance with with people with unclean habits, with demonic nature. And that is the purpose of this chapter. With Krishna tells it's not okay to to be demonic. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu same says same thing for Vaishnavas, for the people who are devotees, that Asat Sangha Tyaga Ei Vaishnava Achar. Asat Sangha Tyaga means, Asat Sangha, Sangha is association. Asat means which is not true. Asat Sangha Tyaga means to give up. यही वैष्णवाचार, यही वैष्णव का आचार है. The character of Vaishnav, to remain in the association of only devotees, and just give up the association of non-devotees, atheistic people, demonic people, because there is no use unless you are so powerful that you can preach them and then bring them to this path, but don't get pulled by them and go to their path, right? That is the other thing. If someone is not yet strong in spiritual subject matter and do not yet have a strong faith, there is every chance that he may get pulled by them, and he will also become demoniac. If you notice how the children acquire these bad habits, like smoking cigarettes, this normally happens in the university or college, when people mingle with other children who are already indulging in these habits, and just out of curiosity they try, and then they keep trying, and then they become habitual, right? So this is how it happens. Association, bad association. So if you have good association, you have good association for children, then they are on the right path. Otherwise, that's why it's important for parents to give time to children, because if parents don't give time, then the children look for that time somewhere else, and most often than not, they get into these bad habits because they look for that time amongst their friends who may not be following, who may not be having that culture, like who not following. That is very important to keep a check or eye on children and give them opportunity to be in a environment where they practice devotional service, which is easier. Like that's the reason we have these temples built in different cities, so that every Sunday parents can take to their children, and children associate with the devotees' children, and that way they automatically acquire these divine qualities, right? So that is the how we can keep a fence around us. Otherwise, in this world, it's very easy to get swayed away and carried away by those 99% people are demoniac. In this world, Western world, 99% people are eating meat eaters, and all of them are considered demoniac. So how will we protect ourselves? We can only way is to keep a fence around us, fence of devotees around us, and keep in their association. That way we are protected, and uh, be always under the protection of the Lord by engaging in their service and chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, because that will give us spiritual strength, spiritual intelligence to make right decisions in our life. Okay, so we end here. Anyone has any comments, questions before we close?
Only one question, Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji. I will ask you very quickly. The
Yes, yes.
question the question is, the god has created everyone equally, then the
Hmm.
caste system the caste was
Hmm.
created. So why there is a caste system? Like the casteism is because for the casteism is to understand the levels, how the
So
people look at each other, or it was created by, I think it was created all by people, it was not created by the god, right,
yeah,
Prabhuji?
so Krishna talks about in chapter 3, Chaturvarna Maya system. Like Krishna created this world based on the characteristics or occupation. Like he created these different orders like Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. But this was based on your characteristics, your qualities. Like someone who is very much into studies, he is Brahman. Who is in like the Brahmins are considered the most intelligent people in the society, and they propagate the message of God. So the basis of creation of this Varna system, it's called Varna system, Varnashram. He created four Varna and four ashram. Ashram is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. These are based on characteristics. And then there is ashram, which is Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanprastha, and Sannyas. So he created based on qualities, but not based on the birth. So someone born in a Brahman family does not become Brahmin just because he's born in Brahman family. He has to show the qualities of Brahmana, right? Then only he considered Brahmana. Like today, someone born in a family of doctor does not automatically become doctor. He has to go through that education and show that. So what happened over the period of time? People actually created a caste system and tried to put down like particularly Brahmanas trying to put down others, showing that they are upper class and all others are lower class, like that. That happened. That is all created by the society. But originally, the system was there so that the whole society can work nicely, because you definitely need some people who are educated, so like who are who knows about the scripture, they are Brahmanas. Then you need people administrative class to run the affairs of the society. Earlier, it used to be kings. But if you see, kings are always have their in their council the priest also, head priest, we used to say Kulguru. And kings used to consult with priests before taking many decisions. And there is Vaishyas who are the business community. You need people to do perform business. You need people to perform agriculture, to do cow protection. And then Shudras are the people who help with all upper three castes with their routine work. But over the time, people misused, or this system was misused, and it become like what we have now, caste system, where upper caste, lower caste, scheduled caste, all these castes came. That was not the intention of the Vedic society. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhuji. So it was by the people, not by the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
No, no.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so
In
much.
today's world, that Varnashram is not